The year 2019 saw musician Lady Gaga join fellow singers like Rihanna and Selena Gomez and launched her own beauty line, House Labs by Lady Gaga, which came with a different approach of having an artistry touch and offering products for every category from complexion, lip, eye, and cheek. Now, you would think that a celebrity brand, especially for a popular singer like Lady Gaga, would immediately take off. But that wasn't the case for House Labs because it faced several hiccups and controversies on different stages of its journey, which caused it not to perform as expected. One of the main and first reasons that the brand wasn't able to succeed is because they launched as Amazon exclusive and their products were not available anywhere else.
If House Labs is going viral now, what did they do wrong in 2019? House Laboratories relaunched with new brand, new products, and a new distributor. Now, if you remember, they originally launched in 2019 with Amazon, but now they're teaming up with Sephora and calling themselves a clean artistry brand.
This made them face a lot of backlash from fans because of the exclusivity and not making their products available in-person retailers like Sephora or Ultra, which normally works with other biggest brands in the beauty world. Now, this did not just stop at criticism alone, because it also resulted into the brand flopping with lack of sales for their products because people like to buy makeup products from retailer shops for a lot of reasons, like wanting to make sure they pick the right shades for their skin complexion because shopping online does not provide much details and options, especially when it comes to makeup, which is why it's always a mess with people returning products and all that.
This foundation was a flop. I did 2 attempts, one with primer and one without, and both times it didn't work for me. Last night, we did a 3rd attempt live, and surprisingly, bigla siyang nag-work.
When the sales dropped, Lady Gaga finally surrendered and decided to rebrand her line and brought her products to Sephora, where she said in an Instagram post, "I'm extremely excited to announce that we are bringing brand new, supercharged, clean artistry makeup to the world through a place that has inspired me for years. At House Labs, artistry is for everyone, and no one should have to damage their skin or sacrifice their priorities and values to be self-expressive with high-performance makeup." When that got over, it still wasn't a guarantee for the brand to secure itself a high place in the beauty industry because they faced more and serious backlash for their makeup causing skin breakout. Hundreds of makeup consumers came online and put the brand on a blast for their foundation, which was apparently causing a lot of acne after applying it. One Reddit user said, "I recently switched to House Labs foundation and I love the coverage and the finish, but I'm suddenly breaking out one side of my face. Anyone else had this happen, or does anyone have a recommendation for a dupe that I might try to see if that's the culprit?" This was a common problem for many, but most of its toxicity was being caused by its ingredients, which dermatologists say that they are fermented, and some skins don't tolerate that. Others say that 8 ingredients of that foundation are acne triggering, and it must be true because very many people came out complaining about it, and you already know what this means for a brand. It means declining sales and a very bad publicity for any potential customer. Now, this next thing I'm about to talk about, I have not seen a lot of people complain about it as a whole, but I personally feel like their packaging is not so giving compared to other brands, especially in this era where people, especially the Gen Zs, are more concerned about aesthetics and care about the outside and display as much as what's inside. Their packaging and overall design look boring and uninspiring and kind of a mess, with a lot of colors which are combined together looking mediocre and not innovative. I don't think that this brand can sit on the same shelves with, for instance, the likes of Raw Skincare, Fenty Beauty, or Rare Beauty, and sell as much because its packaging cannot stand out. And it is so important because, example, For first time buyers who don't have an idea of what's inside or its quality, the physical appearance also matters. Speaking of packaging and branding, the brand has honestly been kind of messy to me because their whole foundation was shaky, with first launching on Amazon and then changing to Sephora, then also changing their name because initially they were called House of Laboratories and they changed to House Labs by Lady Gaga, which I think she wanted to add her name on the brand in order to see if she can attract more people because of the place she already holds in the music industry and the fan base. But I don't think that it was the most important to change. So many celebrities have names for their businesses that are not related to their own names, and they still sell well. Which brings me to the next point, where I think that another reason that House of Labs by Lady Gaga wasn't able to cut it was because of the competition. Not necessarily in the industry in general. Not that it wasn't there, but because she was now mainly competing with fellow celebrities who had their cosmetic brands. Lady Gaga launched her brand in 2019 September, 2 years after Rihanna launched her online Fenty Beauty, and a few months after Selena Gomez launched Rare Beauty. Kylie Cosmetics was also a hit and big at that time, looking at celebrities' brands. But even if we compare her to only fellow singers, she did not quite manage to be as successful as Rihanna and Selena Gomez, which I think comes down to how much she was engaged with her brand. If you currently go on her Instagram, you will find that she last posted about her brand last year in September. While Selena Gomez and Rihanna are always pushing and promoting their brands, which is the point with having a beauty brand as a celebrity, because people actually want to see you use your products in order for them to use them too. So if you don't care about them, it's promised that they also will not care. Other than that, their competition also came down to these other factors of having a better quality, packaging, and great marketing, which all contributed to Lady Gaga's brand being lost in the mix and ended up having Rihanna and Selena Gomez up top of her. And I feel like if she had put much effort earlier on, she would have gotten a bit farther than she is now, because more musicians like Ariana Grande launched their brands way after her, and they have managed to mark their place in this crowded celebrity beauty brand space because she actually put in the work and did what people wanted to have and made the brand a part of herself and her social media routine. Well, apparently it's a lot that has led to these brands flopping in this crowded industry, including also their products being extra expensive. And people can't help but think that even where it is at the moment, it won't get any better and will eventually be completely overshadowed by other celebrity brands. And you cannot disagree with it because we have already seen it happening. But tell me, what do you think of this possibility happening? Do you actually think that this brand is slowly facing its downfall? If so, what do you think Lady Gaga should improve to avoid that? Well, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to stay in touch with more beauty news and updates.